Just hypothetically speaking, I met somebody and I realized that they didn't have good self-esteem. You can tell them like, "Oh man, you are gorgeous, you're beautiful. Damn, look at you. Like you should really, really appreciate the person that you are, the person that you came out to be." Heavy, overweight, or you don't look good enough, or you need to put on makeup every day, or vice versa. It's like, my thing is the way that you've been brought here in this world is how you should, accept. That's what you should appreciate. You shouldn't tear down yourself, for the likes of other people, or just to be like someone else. I speak on that in so many ways. Then I start realizing how this individual will allow other people's life aspects to influence them. I can get into a conversation, I know, like a little conversation, or I can get into a little problem with someone else, and then as soon as this person hear it, it's like they want to feel like that. Like they want to say, "Oh, yeah, f this, f that." And it's like, hold on, wait, pause. You wasn't going through none of this. Why are you feeling like this now? That goes towards what we were talking about with self-love, because I feel like she don't have self-love. People that have a high level of self-love, and people just have love for themselves in general, wouldn't allow another person's demeanor or aspect change them in that way. I don't know. Like, what do you think about that?
I know what you mean. People shouldn't change themselves. I suppose in this day and age, it's easier said than done.
Yeah. So yeah, and I can give you another scenario. All right, for instance, here's a story of here's another scenario of that. Uh, like I had met a person before that literally would down everything that they got. They can have like the best looking shoes, or they can have like the best looking makeup, or they can have like the best looking clothes, or the best looking car. But then as soon as they see someone else come around, it's like, oh man, I gotta have that. I need to get that. I need to save up for that. I need to want that. And no, this is old. This is not in style. And I would look at them like, what? Really?
Mm. Yep, my dad's like that. Has to have everything that's in style, all everything up to date. Like he has to follow trends. He has to be in with what's going on today. Whether it's clothes, technology, style, anything.
That's crazy how some people would just literally fall into that little gap for what's the biggest thing that's out there, what's the next hottest item out there, or rapper, or this
Right.
is now, who cares? Where it's like, I used to always say to people, why do you care so much about social media? Why do you care so much about what the mainstream is doing? Why do you care so much about what's on TV? It's not helping you grow. It's not helping you go nowhere. If anything, is going to keep you right then and there in that place and dealing with self-love, because you're not loving yourself. You're loving what you're seeing, what you can't get. So it's like one of those things where people go on social media and put up a flash and make it seem like, oh, they out there balling, or sit on the on a little camera and stuff, and set their camera up and just flash and flaunt their money, or just in general, like for instance, not to put no dirt on nobody, not to talk stuff about nobody, but like from the people that I've been seeing, like on these world stars, worldstar.com website, when people are flying, going out in the streets and stuff, knowing that your op is looking for you or something like that, but you want to be on World Star, you want to be all Mr. Showboat. Oh yeah, you're gonna drop your location. Oh yeah, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. But come on, what about your life? I mean, it's like people don't have self-love for themselves, or maybe it's just something I'm missing. I don't get it.
I agree. I agree with you. People don't have self love these days. Because people always have to be following. They just have to follow everything because they want to be noticed. And they think that the best way of being noticed is following trends and, getting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Being a slutty TikTok fan or star or whatever these days.
Perfect example.
Just doing what everybody likes.
That's a perfect example. Like,
Like you got over here, I don't know about America, but over here you got 9-year-olds are like, okay, so if I drop my ass, if I wear these little tiny hot pants and a tiny vest, it shows off my no tits because I'm not a teenager yet, I'm gonna get so many views on TikTok.
just for that.
Just doing a little slut drop.
What is that new trend they
With
got out?
the ass they don't got.
The ass they don't got. No ass
Which
at
one?
all. The no ass at
You
all.
beat me to it.
Yeah, what is the new trend nowadays on social media?
I don't know because I don't follow.
Now I know the last time I heard it was what is that challenge? It was some Jesus, I can't even think of the name of it now. Busting it. They need to go back to school and get more education, because why would you go out there and make a challenge like that, knowing that these little adolescents, these little kids is out here is gonna try that. So the crying wolf is a person who has emotional attachment to someone, right? Now you get older, your mama cut you off, so you try to look for something else with that control, that aspect of that mom type figure, or something like warmth, that type of warmth, from that. And a lot of the crying wolves, they levitate to that. Once they find it, they do whatever it takes to get into that crying, not crying, but to get into that person's domain, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of that stuff. Once they unlock those doors and they get in, that's when the game comes along. So the crying wolf is there. Now the reason why it's a wolf, and the reason why it's a crying, that's the reason why they call it a crying, and then they call it a wolf. So the crying is another way of saying the lying and the crying. So most people, they do the lying and the crying when they want something, but they can't get it. So that means they would do whatever the fuck it takes to get it. So the lying, they would come up with any excuse in the fucking world to get it to come back, or to get it, whatever that person or he, she, whatever it is, to stay. The crying is the subliminal emotional attack onto that person. So when you do the crying, that's to try to give that little guilt feeling. You feel guilty, make you feel like you did something wrong. It'll make you feel like you are the problem. You need to stay. You're doing me wrong. So that's what a crying. Then the lying is to intensify that feeling towards that person that you're trying to control. I mean, once that happens, what the wolf does is they take those weaknesses and they learn ways around it on how to keep that feeling going from that individual. And this is how you get into certain relationships that is out here in the world, that abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and all that stuff. That's how those things happen. In certain situations, sometimes it backfires on the crying wolf, because you got a lot of strong people out here in the world. Once they wake up and they see the bullshit, it's either two things gonna happen. One, she's gonna hurt you. Two, she's gonna kill you, which that's pretty much 60% of them. Or three, she's finally gonna get fed up and try to leave, but then she ends up dead. In situations when people are in those type of things, it's up to that individual to really look in depth and to understand why these things are happening. Why is this person doing this? Why is that person doing that? Why is it that I can't be who the fuck I want to be? Because again, everyone knows in this world you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. As long as you ain't, if you don't have that ring or that contract on a person, and that speaks volume. That goes to marriage. If you don't have that, you have no fucking reason to put up with none of the shit that the crying wolf gives you. None of the shit. So the crying wolf can do all the lying and the crying all they want to, but it's up to the individual that's going through the shit for what they want the outcome to be. For one particular woman, I'm not going to give an exact year, but yes, this story's about you, and I'm pretty sure she know what I'm talking about. She used to try to piss me off in so many ways to get me to try to put my hands on her. So she would do some of the most ridiculous things. I mean, when it come down to like, randomly out of nowhere, you be asleep, turning all the lights on and shit. Or randomly when you sleep, turning up the damn TV or music on while you're asleep. Or just out of nowhere, just moving the cover off you, or just kicking you, or just doing stupid shit to try to get under your skin, to try to get under your nails, just so they could try to have that control of your energy. Now, the thing is that you can call a false person who don't know shit, but they claim that they know something. They don't need that energy. They don't need to manipulate someone else or call somebody else to get out of their pocket and get mad and to continue to focus and think about them. That is a crying wolf game. Because if you can get someone to be pissed off and all they think about is how that individual pissed them off, and they continue to manifest that anger and that hate of how bad they pissed them off, that wolf over there is feeding off of that shit. That's why they are standing in the corner laughing and smiling. But at the same time, they may come up to you with a flower or something, try to ease the pain, ease the situation, but still sit there and suck on your essence, and even probably sit there and wipe your sweat or your tears away, and still laugh at you in your face and turn around and do the same thing over again and act like nothing has ever happened. But then when those things happen, that's when it gets worse, and that's why it gets intensified.
How can, going back to what you said, how can you be what did you say? Emotionally attached. If you're emotionally attached to someone, you really want to fucking hurt them.
Wait, you said a question?
You were saying earlier about emotional attachment, how people get like that. If there's emotional attachment, then what would you really want to hurt them? I thought that meant you want that person, like you want someone and you can't get them, or something like that.
Oh, you ever been in love like so deeply? You ever been in love so deeply that you don't want that person to be with no one else?
Yeah, that scares me.
Okay, so this is what I mean by emotional attachment, like in that aspect. You got you have people that's in this world that it literally leech themselves onto you. And what I mean by leech themselves onto you spiritually, that's emotional and spiritually. They would leech themselves onto you. And the moment that person who they are attached to, if they try to leave, they would rather end your fucking life than to have you go out there and be happy, or to have you go out there and be someone else's. You know, that's when the whole idea logic came to mind. If I can't have you, then no one can have you.
Yeah, it's scary.
But it's the truth. That's the crazy part. That's the reality. That's the ugly reality. That's the ugly truth of situations like that, of Crying Wolf Gang. I guess I'm saying it right without being in detail, and I hope I am saying this right. But that's just how it happens that way. And actually, this is not a bad little podcasting part there too. I could probably use this, because no telling like who would love to, the people that needs to hear this type of conversation, or the people that this can motivate, for that. But it is scary. I mean, there are a lot of articles out here, that's on the internet and it's across the world that would explain the exact same thing that I did, but they wouldn't explain it to you in a way that I did. They probably explain it to you in like all these high level wording and psychological aspect things and stuff like that. No, I'd rather be real with it. I can give you a painting to the picture, but the picture can also mean your picture. This could be your story. This could be something I could talk about with you. You never know. But the whole thing is that, again, run. That's all I can say.